easy. It got hard. There were times I wanted to walk, but I'm like, damn it, Caitlin, you're not doing it. I would go through these names in my mind of y'all that have sent me support, and I'd just go through the names and be like, I know they're back home in Austin or spread out across the United States or across the world. I know they're tracking me, they're keeping tabs on me, and I want to keep the notifications coming. I got on the rail and I was looking, and you wouldn't think it would be that hard to find Tiffany. I mean, she's wearing bright neon top, but yet I didn't see her, and I was like, damn. It was a little disheartening just for a bit, but probably 2 seconds before it was time for me to get in the water, I hear her hollering out to me. I look to my right and there she is, bright as day. I don't know how I missed her, but it gave me a great boost just before getting into the water. Felt like I was doing pretty good in the swim, kept the buoys kind of straight in front of me, didn't zigzag a whole lot, kept in mind to keep my arms out and not crossing over. So when I got to the final buoy, got to the finish arch, and I looked at my watch, for a very slight moment, I will admit I was a little bit disappointed when I saw 43 on my watch. I thought I was coming in a little bit quicker time than that, but I honestly didn't give it another second thought. Made my way up the swim ramp and into transition. And at that point I saw my friend Tim and Emily there as they were part of the relay team, and they were in transition just hollering and screaming for me. So that was a pretty cool moment. Continue making my way to my transition spot. As you know, we had a late check-in. We weren't one of the first few, so my number was a little bit higher up. So I did not have that prime transition spot, but still made the best of it. Making my way to my spot, I got my wetsuit down and off of my arms, and once I got to my area, I then fully took off my wetsuit. Quickly put on my helmet, put on my bike shoes, unracked my bike, and I was running out of transition and making my way to the beautiful and new renovated 56-mile bike course.
Go, Cait! I love you! I've got... Whew, man, that was a whirlwind. Swim exit T1. If there's one thing Caitlin's gonna do, that is going to be flying through transition, just over 3 minutes and a couple seconds. I'll probably say she's probably a little bit disappointed with the swim. I think she was around 42 minutes, full sleeve wetsuit, but also have to consider at altitude, so not too bad, about on par for her. One of these days she's gonna go sub 40, but I know her, she got that fire lit. She's gonna go out on the bike course and she's gonna give it her all, and she'll probably make up a few minutes out there and just dig deep. So, whew, I'm a little out of breath. The altitude's getting to me. I had to chase her from the swim exit to T1. It's a little challenging as a spectator and when you're doing video, but gonna make the best of it and hopefully have a great rest of the day. We'll see how it transpires.
It starts off with a little bit of a cruel joke. They say when you're going towards the mountains, you're always going up, even though it doesn't feel like it. Man, was it a false flat. It felt like it went on for miles. So first 5 minutes, I was just kind of finding my legs. I knew my NP wasn't going to be the best just coming out of the swim, but eventually they came around and got off of that false flat. Getting to St. Vrain was I think what was motivating me most, just because I love ripping it down the downhill. And unfortunately, I ran out of gear, so I was only going as fast as I could, which topped me out at 43. So definitely a blast, really gets the adrenaline going. Tiff set up a timer on my Garmin Edge to go off every 10 minutes, and that would be my reminder to eat, take in nutrition, take in water, fluids, all the things. So at the beginning of my routine, I would take in 1 Cliff Block, followed by a couple swigs of Infinite that was in my torpedo, and then on my down tube I had just, a Sports Top water bottle. So I would follow that every 10 minutes. Apparently I'm not very good on taking nutrition on my own mental time clock. Previous 3 races I've totally bombed nutrition, and we figured this was going to be the answer, and I think it really did help it was the answer.
Go, Caitlin! Great bike!
Backtrack just a little bit. T1, my time was 5th fastest in my age group. T2, I was 4th fastest in my age group. I believe my time was 2 minutes and 1 second by the time I hit the dismount line to the time I hit the run out line. And again, I did not have prime location with the racking. I was stuck in the middle. You know, I had to keep an eye out for my rack, get down to the middle of the aisle. You know, there were all these extra things that came into play that previous races I didn't even have to deal with. Not to give away all my secrets or anything, but here it goes. Once I hit that dismount line, I'm running my bike to my transition area. Once I get there, I rack my bike, take my helmet off, take my cleats off, and next to my shoes, I have my socks rolled up. So all I have to do is roll my socks onto my feet, then slip my shoes on. Then I have base salt container, sunglasses, and my bib all wrapped up inside my hat. So once I get my shoes on, all I'm doing, I'm grabbing my hat and I'm making my way out of transition. While I'm making my way out of transition, that's when I will put my hat on. My bib is already connected, so I just take it up and over my body, slip it on, put my glasses on, and I slide my base into my kit.
Man, my nerves are super high. She came off the bike looking great. She gave me a good sign, a woohoo. I told her she was top 15 easily, that she just need to hold it together for the run. So hopefully that's what's happening right now. It's hard with the waiting game and just having to wait for her to come back around, and hopefully I'll see her about the 10K mark and then know how she's doing and bring her home. So the race is going well. She was 13th fastest on the bike according to the tracker so far. Man, couldn't ask for better. More work to do.
The first aid station out of the transition is typically always just ice and water. So got the ice, dumped it on my hat, took some water in, made my way, wrapped it around the reservoir, and the next aid station isn't probably for almost a mile. At that point, I started my new nutrition routine that I had been working on in the 3 weeks leading into this race. So what that is, I would take one gel, followed with some water, ice at the first aid station. The following aid station, I would take some base salt with some water, ice as well, and I would just keep repeating that aid station after aid station. And I think that really played a great role into my nutrition as well. Also, I never felt like I was about to crash or bonk or anything, and I think a lot of that is thanks to staying on my nutrition during the bike. Having raced Chattanooga 70.3 21 days prior, I didn't say anything, but I knew that I was a little unsure what exactly my body would allow me to do. I had never raced 2 70.3 races in such a short span of time. So, of course, you just don't know. I had a great first lap, came in just around a 1 hour mark, and coming back around at the beginning of the second lap is when I finally got to see Tiff, and man, was that a big boost. She was hollering my name. She happened to be next to an aid station, and she hollered my name, and then everyone else just kind of started following along and cheering for me, and my gosh, it was a big boost. It was an amazing feeling. So shout out to everyone out there along the course that probably doesn't even know me, but saw someone or heard someone cheering for me, and they just started cheering for me as well. Huge boost. Thank you to everyone that gave shout out on the kit. Really love this kit. I feel like it's just an energy boost wearing this kit.
Love you.
Get it. Not give it in.
Dig deep. Find that extra. You got it. Come on. You're over halfway there. You got it. You got it. No matter what happens when she crosses the finish line, big props to her. She chose to come to one of the hardest 70.3 races, racing at altitude, giving it her all day long. A lot of fight in her. So proud, always proud, but what a special day. Girl, you gave me a lot of nerves though. Let's bring it home. She's done. Sigh of relief. Oh my God. I've been so nervous. I've been a wreck all day. It's hard when your heart's right there with her. But I hope she's happy with it. That was all guts and heart. Oh my gosh, she did it.
I thought my swim was a little bit better than the time I put in. The bike I thought was pretty solid. The run, other than the 8 stations I never walked. I think I left it all out there, and I don't know that I could have pushed anymore. So it's what I wanted to do. Leave it out there. It's done. Now it's just wait and see. Yeah. Still the cliffhanger to if I have a slot or not to Worlds, because there was a storm rolling in. They had been having daily afternoon thunderstorms, so this had become just a thing to expect. And with that, you could see it coming. It looked serious. Ironman sent out a message on the Ironman Tracker app saying that awards and slot allocations had been canceled and would be moved to a virtual roll down. So that was a little bit of a shot to the gut. We've been through the virtual roll downs before, and it's a very, very timely process. All I can do now is just sit and wait. If anyone has any ideas on how to pass the time while waiting for a slot, shoot those in the comments. But you know, I did all that I could, and now I can just hope that the email comes.